Plus, it's video like this that would scare any parent. Their young child climbing what's supposed to be a safety ladder. How you can keep your child safe during the summer pool season. CBS 21 News at 5 starts now. Skyview 21 is flying live over the scene where you can see the cleanup is just beginning after the 3-alarm fire. Thanks for joining us tonight at 5. I'm Erika Shych in for Jasmine. The political battle has centered over immigrants separated from their children, and the question is who should solve the problem. Today we got the chance to hear from Republican Representative Scott Perry and Democratic Senator Bob Casey. Both lawmakers say they don't want to see families getting separated. However, Congressman Perry says those who cross the border are doing so illegally.
And we're following more breaking news from the nation's capital right now. White House sources say the U.S. is planning to withdraw from the United Nations Human Rights Council.
The Secretary of State and U.S. Ambassador to the UN are holding a press conference right now. We'll take you there live. Right, she said she was looking for that reform, but it just hasn't happened, so they will be withdrawing from that.
Breaking news right now. We'll keep you updated on that as it continues. We'll monitor that news conference. But again, the U.S. out of the UN Human Rights Council as of right now.
And this just in, Vice President Mike Pence touching down just moments ago in eastern Pennsylvania. He will be headlining a fundraising event for Republican gubernatorial candidate Scott Wagner. Both the Vice President and Wagner are expected to speak at the Republican Governors Association event. Wagner is challenging Democratic Governor Tom Wolf. Well, it's been another sunny and humid day in central Pennsylvania. You're looking live out in Harrisburg where the temperatures continue to rise.
Another sign that summer is here in central PA. Meteorologist Chris Allen joins us now with a closer look at our current conditions. Chris, what's going on?
Happening now, police say they're looking for a man wanted in a deadly Lancaster stabbing. A grand jury is recommending murder charges against Carl Hunter. Hunter is accused of killing Michael Evans in December of 2009. A $1,000 reward is being offered to anyone with information about Hunter. Prosecutors say the stabbing happened over a marijuana growing operation. The arrest of a California woman is going viral and raising more questions about police conduct. What officers say led to the woman being tackled to the ground is straight ahead. Officials are warning parents after this video of a toddler climbing a locked pool ladder went viral. The parents of the 2-year-old say they recorded it to send a message to other parents. And here in central PA, officials say it's another opportunity to talk to your kids about water safety. It's a video that's making waves on social media.
And watching my son, with it locked and shut, pull himself up this ladder.
A Massachusetts family sharing the scary moment they say they found their son climbing up a locked ladder to their above-ground pool. They say they recorded the video afterwards to send a message to other parents.
You could do all these things, safety precautions, but your eyes, you have to keep them on them at all times.
And that's the message local lifeguards here in central PA want to hit home. Mark Joseph Cajun with the Jewish Community Center in Harrisburg says to never enter a pool the wrong way. That could send a message to your child that that's okay.
The ladder was up and closed for a reason. So nobody should be going up that to get in the pool when it's closed.
We caught up with Stephen Jablonski of Hummelstown, babysitting his grandchildren at his son's pool today. While they're older now, he says when the kids were young, they had alarms installed on doors that led out to the pool.
Simple things like that are very important. Kids, they're very quick and they're smart, and they can get out and be in a pool in a matter of a few seconds.
And when it comes to what you decide to put on your child before they jump in?
Life vest floaties are good, but they're not life-saving devices.
And never assume that your child is safe, especially if they're young. You want to be right there and to keep an eye on them all the time.
It's a conversation that you should have year-round, really.
Yeah,
water safety.
That's what the lifeguard at the JCC said. He said, it's not just summertime that you need to start this conversation. Always have it.
And set an example.
Definitely. Exactly.
Don't use that ladder when it's locked or your kid. Kids will learn stuff so fast.
You know that well.
So quick. Yeah, I do with a 4-year-old. They get around.
Yep.
They do. They pick up quick. Hey, weather-wise, we have some pool weather coming up, speaking of. So
The sun shined bright for Father's Day. Keep the water handy and the air conditioning on, because after a hot and humid Sunday, we're expecting things to heat up even more tomorrow. The National Weather Service has issued a heat advisory for Central PA tomorrow. Thanks for joining us tonight. I'm Erika Shych, here with meteorologist Chris Allen.
Yes.
Chris, it's going to get hot tomorrow.
it will get hot. In fact, the hottest temperatures we've experienced since last year, obviously.
New tonight, 2 people are in stable condition after being shot in the 500 block of West Market Street in York City. Police say they responded to 2 separate calls within the same block around 1 a.m. this morning. When officers arrived, they found one victim near 539 West Market Street, and down the street they found another victim who they say was shot multiple times. Both victims were taken to York Hospital. Police are asking anyone with information to contact them immediately. Chaos in New Jersey overnight when bullets started flying at an all-night arts festival. 22 people were injured. 17 are being treated for gunshot wounds. Authorities say fistfights had broken out and the event was on the verge of being shut down when shots rang out. More than 1,000 people were in the area, sparking a stampede as they ran for their lives.
And next thing you know, we turn around and everybody's running down the street. All hell broke loose.
When I was running, the guy was running next to me. So by the time I realized he got hit, he fell on the ground. So I'm looking, oh, that could have been me.
Police shot and killed one suspect. Another is in custody, charged with a weapons offense, and a third unidentified suspect is in critical condition. Today marks 3 years since a shooting at a church in Charleston, South Carolina that claimed the lives of 9. The congregation at Emmanuel AIM Church plans to host several events throughout the week to honor those who lost their lives. The tributes began this morning with a special service and will run through Sunday. The shooter, Dylan Roof, was formally sentenced to death on January 11th, 2017. Tonight, friends and family are mourning a woman who died in a house fire along Emerald Street in Harrisburg. Tyshawn Handblack says his grandma, Jackie Burford, was helping 3 of her grandchildren escape from the 2nd floor. Those 3 kids are still in the hospital. Tonight, 3 firefighters were burned when the house went up in flames yesterday morning. Officials say the home is a complete loss. 20 firefighters have been injured after a massive 5-alarm fire tore through multiple buildings on Staten Island. New York City Fire Department officials say the fire started in one building last night, then spread to 4 other buildings, blanketing the air in a thick black smoke. 50 FDNY units and 250 firefighters, EMTs, and paramedics responded to the scene. 20 firefighters were injured and 4 are in serious condition. The rest are being treated for minor injuries. No civilians were injured. No word yet on what caused the fire. Outrage is growing tonight as thousands of children are being taken away from their parents at the U.S. border with Mexico. This after the Trump administration put their new zero-tolerance policy into effect just a few weeks ago. CBS correspondent Meg Oliver has the details. At least 5 people were killed in South Texas today after an SUV crashed while being chased by Border Patrol and a local deputy. The Dimmitt County Sheriff says the vehicle was carrying undocumented immigrants. He says Border Patrol started the chase and a Dimmitt County deputy then took over. 12 people were ejected, according to the sheriff. He says his deputies are often trying to track down suspects accused of smuggling undocumented immigrants and drugs. There could be some hidden dangers right in your backyard. Venomous snakes in Pennsylvania are out in full force right now. In some situations, they can be deadly. CBS 21's Karina Chung talked to a Dauphin County man who's recovering after he was bitten by one of those venomous serpents. Well, one city in North Carolina is taking a new approach to tackling the opioid epidemic. Coming up, why they think the answer may lie in their sewers. Plus, 3 weeks after Ellicott City was devastated with flooding, business owners are beginning to pick up the pieces. What they have to say about having to rebuild again next.
And now, CBS 21 Sports.
The U.S. Open comes to a close and we have a familiar winner. For the 2nd straight year, Brooks Koepka conquers the Shinnecock Hills. Koepka is the first repeat champion at the U.S. Open in 29 years. He ended the Open just 1 stroke ahead of the 2nd place finisher Tommy Fleetwood. Masters champion Patrick Reed finished 4th. Over to the baseball diamond, the Phils taking on the Brewers in Milwaukee. The Phils get off to a strong start thanks to a 2-run homer from Rhys Hoskins. It's a high-scoring affair this afternoon with balls flying out of the yard left and right. The Brewers rally in the bottom of the 9th, scoring 4 runs off Hector Neris. Jake Thompson comes in and throws just 1 pitch to shut the door. Phils win 10-9. Down in Baltimore, the Orioles are trying hard to avoid a 3rd straight series sweep. They're off to a quick start thanks to a pair of doubles from Jace Peterson and Mark Trumbo. Orioles lead 3-0. Justin Bour puts the Miami Marlins offense on his back, hitting 2 home runs on the day. But those are the only runs they score. Peterson and Trumbo each homer later in the game, propelling the Orioles to the 10-4 win and ending a 9-game losing streak. An unexpected World Cup match win gave soccer fans in Mexico City plenty to hoot and holler about today. Mexico stunned the German national team in a 1-0 win thanks to a goal from Hirving Lozano. Naturally, fans in Mexico City freaked out when the goal was scored, so much so that seismic detectors registered a false earthquake in their nation's capital. Mexico has never advanced past the World Cup quarterfinals before. We're back with Chris Now's final check of your forecast. Stay with us.